It was a little bit different than a regular SHSM. We did start out with the Ontario Power Authority before the Energy SHSM was approved by the ministry. So what happened was that they released a call for expression of interest in a secondary co-op in energy efficiency. And the goal was to introduce secondary school students to conservation and to increase their interest in developing a career and getting into the field, whether the path is pursued through employment, college, university, apprenticeship. So already you can see just from this that it's starting to mirror the SHSM guidelines a little bit. So we submitted our expression of interest with the following guidelines from the OPA, that the students would get co-op experience, that we would link with energy conservation programs, that energy efficiency was a key element, or renewable energy training, which is where sort of we've been focusing a little bit more in our schools, how the project is going to affect the community, and they wanted to know the link between experiential learning and classroom activities. So this was all from the OPA. So we submitted along with 6 other school boards, and we called our proposal the Ambassadors for Conservation of Energy. And this is sort of, the Ambassadors part is sort of the difference between our ACE program and regular SHSM. One of the components that we have our students doing while they're involved in this program is getting involved with the elementary school students. So we've had our students, and Roy Mark will talk about this a little bit more later, but we've had our students go out and deliver presentations on conservation and renewable energy technologies to elementary students. And they've also gone on field trips with them and just been acted as mentors. So it's been a great way to get the secondary school students excited about conservation and renewable energy technologies, as well as to start involving the kids when they're in grade 5, grade 6, grade 7, and letting them know that the program, like an Energy SHSM, is going to exist for them when they do get to high school. So, like I said before, when we were writing the proposal to the OPA, we noticed that their guidelines were very similar to what an SHSM would be. So that's what we outlined in our proposal, as well as the ambassador piece that I talked about with our students going into the elementary schools. So in December 2008, we were awarded the grant from the OPA, and that's why when you see a lot of our signage, not this one actually, but the Energy SHSM ACE program that was up on the stage, we've got the OPA logo on a lot of our things because they are our partner in this. So the ministry SHSM team was also interested in SHSM and energy, and we started laying the groundwork for the ACE program to continue as an energy SHSM in the future. So after the funding from the OPA was through, we would still be able to sustain the program through the SHSM program. So we have 2 schools where the program runs in our board, and both schools have the Energy SHSM as well as the ACE program running. They are basically the same, except for the ambassador piece. Wesleyan and Neil Crosley. And the focus of our program is delivering the Energy SHSM through our electricity courses. Both Roy and Mark are very strong in those courses, and both schools were already on board with energy conservation pieces and had that strong electricity program. So some of the major credits. So Colleen's going to talk about how we developed our advisory council.
Alright, so this, out of all of our high schools major, our energy SHSM one has the strongest advisory council. We worked really hard at developing this. We contacted local businesses and industry within the community and talked to them about the ACE program and how we hope to turn it into a high schools major, and what it would mean for the students, and many, many different types of environmental energy businesses in the community were very interested in this because it's something that they're very passionate about, and they know that the demand is going to be out there very soon, so they want to get students involved in this as well. So these are some of the members on our advisory council. We also went to colleges and universities and talked to them about their programs. And Carolyn, if you want to mention what you've done with them?
Absolutely. I think the big thing when we were developing the advisory council is also what we could offer to them. Mohawk and MAC are starting a green energy technologies program this fall, and they had said to us that once they heard about how we were running the SHSM through the electricity courses, so just building on the old ways of doing things, they actually restructured their program a little bit to follow that methodology, I guess. So they teach the electricity courses, but then focus on the green and renewable technologies. A lot of our advisory council are here today and yesterday giving presentations, so we offer them a great way to get out into other school boards. CGC Educational Communications, which gave a presentation yesterday. They've been great about offering curriculum resources to us for when we go out into the elementary schools. And we help them through that by, that's a pilot project for them, so they're developing these resources and we're sort of testing them out, seeing how it goes over with the elementary students and then giving them our feedback. So that's been a big thing about the advisory council. What can they offer us, but then also what can we offer them to keep our link very strong?
So we also contacted the local hydro facilities in the area, and we have a number. Our board covers a number of cities, so each city seems to have its own different hydro program in place. We've got Welland Hydro and Horizon Utilities and Niagara Peninsula. So there's a number of them, but we did contact them all and were able to make those connections, and they all did agree to sit on our council. So as Carolyn mentioned, they do provide us with a lot of important things